Good morning. Our honorable esteemed chief guest, our very beloved, and the person who transformed agriculture in this country, Dr. the Minister of Agriculture, and Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Denmark, and all protocol observed. It's a pleasure to be here, and I will be very brief because we have got to hear a lot of interactive discussions that will perhaps stimulate our mind the way we think about food. Actually, out of the 10 diseases of the global diseases, 6 are due to diet. What we eat. All these diseases can be combated, and we can take care of people and the planet if we can look at the food systems. So today's catalyzing the food systems is one of the areas that we are looking at, that how to bring the investments in Bangladesh, have the government to government, as I said, G to G, and business to business interaction with evidence. And our chief guest is an academician, technocrat, and he is very keen to look at the evidence and data as well. So it is very important to share that our Honorable Prime Minister on 23rd September in 2001 made a commitment in the UN Food Systems Summit, whereby the 3 Rome-based organizations, IFAD, WFP, FAO, and also we were part of it, CAID and ICAD, to look at the areas where Bangladesh needs investments and go forward. So food systems, when you talk about, it's very simple. It's from production to consumption. But it's not so simple, it's complex. We're talking about storage, we're talking about packaging, we're talking about labeling, we're talking about farmers coming from the rural area to urban. We need to bring back our young people to get to farming, digitalize, investing in them for technological improvement. So these are the areas that we're talking about. We're talking about from nourishing the world, from feeding the world. Feeding the world was staple-based, which was long years. Now we are talking about the nourishing the planet and the people. So we are talking about nature-based solution. We are talking about resilience. We are talking about how to make sure climate a part of our daily resilience part. So this is our Prime Minister's the 5 commitments. First, data drives decision, and what we have found during the last 2 years, because the stock taking in Rome will be on 24 to 26 July. Data is one of the areas where we have gaps. What does it mean? That we need to do need-based research, not research for the sake of research. So it's very critical to look at those elements. The second one, there have been commitments made by the world. When we talk about climate, some are not caused by Bangladesh. We are all part of it, but we are having the consequence. How do we work together as one community of practice? How do we make sure we support and egos, logos, aid, trade, it come back to support country like Bangladesh, who's moving from aid to trade and made remarkable progress since 1971 under the leadership of our father of the nation, our Prime Minister. So if you look at this graph, it's quite critical to see how we are going into different situation. That, you know what happened in COVID, we have already, drivers of food systems got disrupted. We saw SMEs suffering because our farmers suffered. And one of the key areas why it is important to focus on agro-food, because the people who feed us, the farmers, we rarely think about them. We do not think about their health, their nutrition, their occupation. We do not take care of the planet. So I think with the COVID and then further with the Russia-Ukraine situation, you have seen price hike. Now we talk about price hike, it has deteriorated the situation. So what are the drivers or what are the barriers? Some of them is that food standard and quality. under the leadership of our chief guest when he was the Minister of Food, the first Food Safety Act got enacted in 2013, which was revolutionary. Now we are member of Codex. We have harmonized under the leadership of FAO and others to look at how different food standards and qualities come. We need more investments, but where, how? It's not abrupt and ad hoc. It needs to be coordinated among the private sector, public sector, and the development partners. There needs to be coherence and reduced duplication of information and investment. So we collectively take the country to the level led by the young people, indigenous, and others who have been left behind but not part of the policy table. Data gap, as I highlighted, is very critical for all of us to understand. So if you look at this, one of the challenges that is missing, we talk about investment. What does investment mean? It's not, it means tangible, that can bring change. We can talk about, our Honorable Chief Guest will talk about the new program that talking about agriculture reform with the World Bank, and we have the IFAD that we are the partner. We want transformation. Transformation takes huge investment, time, and also the patience, and bringing everyone together, coming with innovative solutions. And this requires multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder, and multi-level approach, not sitting in Dhaka, going to the union level, making it happen, sitting with the farmers. Food systems. The moment we talk about production to consumption, if you look at this, business is everywhere. The moment the food is produced, why our farmer gets low price, and we have got so much production, and we like to export. Today's one of the appeal is let's come together. We have huge surplus and we export it to facilitate that process. So it is important to look at how this value chain includes everywhere business, and we can connect these dots together. So this is important to look at the supply chain, to look at the production, to look at the storage, to look at the very much important of the different dynamics of digitalization, and Smart Bangladesh is one of the example to it. Now what are the opportunities? Sometimes we talk about, as I said, it's not about feeding the world anymore, it's nourishing the world. So the trade-offs that we are looking at dynamic and resilience, and Her Excellency says that it is not that typical, going to farming, doing a farmer. We want high yield, we need varieties, we need stress tolerance, we need diversities in our diet, our food baskets, we need desirability. So when you talk about the Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, when your country's young people eat, they choose to eat what they eat. We also choose what to eat. Our eating desirability, which Arnold will, is from our right brain. No matter what we eat, it is our desire comes. But then we have to offer that desirable food to make sure it's nutritious, is safe, but it has the taking care of the farmers and their benefits. We cannot do without the one. So stay and go back to farming should be our motto going forward in transforming Bangladesh. As our Honorable Prime Minister said, that every inch of our land is to be utilized. So with that, I'd like to also highlight that it is very important to look at the foresight. Bangladesh is one of the countries that has very great plans, Vision 2041. So now, through the food systems approach, with the three Rome-based organizations, as I said, IFAD, WFP, FAO, and also we are looking at the modulation and stimulation of the foresight. What could be the future look like? If we take certain decision, will it be good for our planet? If we say certain decision, where the business will be attracted to investment. So the foresight exercise has started. So 18 ministries are part of it. And it's a fantastic exercise. I like next meeting we will hold with the businesses to look at the different modalities, that where we can look at different modalities and time again to see that what could we prioritize and how under the leadership of our great policymakers. With that, I'd like to also share that the UN Food System Summit commitments of our Honorable Prime Minister linked with the commitments for nutrition for growth. It means we have food health, we have food, and we have resilience connected together with the cohesion parties, which is the environment. Environment doesn't mean only climate. What we eat and what we breathe, how we eat and breathe are part of environment too. With this, I like to give that why data makes decision. Gain globally and working with partners AFO and in Bangladesh also, working with the Ministry of Agriculture chairing, the Special Technical Group and Food Steering, we are leading the data with the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics that will be presented at the stock taking report by the Honorable Prime Minister and the convener. So I'd like Dr. Sabiha now to just give a glimpse of how we are collecting the data, indicating all the indicators that's in the 8 plans and others. Dr. Sabiha, please.